and welcome to week 6. This week's activity is focusing on measurement within the upper primary, specifically looking into time. This activity specifically draws on the conversion between 12-hour and 24-hour time and notation, and it develops students' skills at doing this through the use of analog clocks and numerical or written representations of timing. Students are offered a resource that I don't have access to at the moment, which would be an interactive analog clock where they are able to move the hands on the clock if they struggle at first to write the timing into the analog clocks that they've been provided. We've got some empty ones down here where students are able to write the minutes and hours hands into the clock based on what time they would like to represent. However, I don't have access to that, so we're just going to go based off of the written representation. So getting into the lesson, students will first watch an introductory video about 24-hour time and its notations, meaning, and how to read it. I've linked the video below in the instructions section. Students will then plan a timetable based on their average day. So when they wake up, when they go to school, when they eat lunch, when they come home or play sport, when they might have dinner, and when they go to bed. Students would be given freedom to write down their timetable. I've just written out some examples, but these would normally be left blank for students. However, it's important to stress with students that they aren't to just pick random activities throughout the day or throughout the morning specifically. They are meant to be planning a schedule, or a rough schedule at least. Students are to write these timetables out using their analog clocks and a written or numerical representation of the correlating times in their analog clocks using 12-hour notation. So my first example up here, I've got that I wake up at 7:10 a.m. So the student, or well, me, I have written the hours hand pointing towards the 7 and the minutes hand pointing to the 2, which is 5-10 minutes past the hour. I've then written this down in my 12-hour notation, which is 7, 10, and I have remembered to put AM on the end, stressing the importance while leading the lesson of writing down AM and PM when students are recording the times that they wanted to be using. So then after students have completed their timetables using only the 12-hour notation, they are to swap with a partner and convert the appropriate times to 24-hour times. So the 24-hour notation is to be written below, or next to rather, the 12-hour notation. So for example, we've got I eat lunch at 1:25 p.m. My partner that I've swapped with has already swapped with me and they've already written their 12-hour notation. But I know that this is after 12 p.m., which means we're ticking over into our 24-hour mark now. So the numbers are going to change from 1:25, and using a additive strategy as discussed previously, students can see that it would be 13:25. It's important to remind students that the minutes will not change in 24-hour time. They will stay at 25 the whole time. The minutes in an hour still are equal to 60. The representation of the hour, however, will change. Students who have completed this activity may move on to extension questions, which I've linked below in the prompting section, and may attempt to come up with a different schedule if they're interested.